Are you sick of your dollar losing value because inflation is at a 40-year high? I-bonds might be the answer to help you maintain your purchasing power. Currently, I-bonds are offering a guaranteed interest rate of 9.62%. How is this possible to be guaranteeing such a high return, and is there a catch? Let's dive in to find out if you should add I-bonds to your portfolio. I-bonds are backed by the US government and they are guaranteed returns, which means this is a super safe investment that is not subject to the fluctuations of the stock market. I-bonds will earn interest for 30 years as long as you don't cash them out. But there is a catch when you buy an I-bond. There's a 1-year lockup period, so you will not be able to access this money for at least 1 year. Also, if you sell your I-bond after the lockup period, but before you have had the fund for 5 years, you will forfeit the previous 3 months' interest. After the 5 years, all your profits are yours. I-bonds have a very interesting way of adjusting their interest rate. It happens every 6 months, and there is a fixed component and then a portion that is adjusted for the CPI number. CPI is the Consumer Price Index, which tracks how much goods and services are selling for. And this is also where our inflation number comes from. That means that every 6 months, I-bonds are updated to keep up with inflation. Currently, our inflation rate is 8.3%, and I-bonds are paying 9.62%. The fixed rate is also changed every 6 months, but when you purchase your bonds, that fixed rate is locked in and will never change for the lifetime of that specific I-bond you purchase. The current fixed rate is 0%, so nothing to get excited about there. If you would like to purchase I-bonds, you can buy up to $10,000 per year per person through the treasury.gov site. You can also purchase an extra $5,000 paper bond using your tax refund. This can then be redeemed at your bank. Okay, so what do we do with this information? And is it worth it to buy I-bonds? To figure this out, let's take a look back at the historical return on I-bonds back to 1998. You can see on this graph, it varies from 0% to 9.62% today. The interest rate can never go below 0, so you will never lose money. This is an extremely safe place to store your money. If you can afford to go without your money for a 1-year period of time, then this could be a very good place to store your money. With rates at an all-time high, it is very attractive and would pay more than your bank even if you sell the I-bond at the 1-year mark. If you have some extra cash and you know you can live without this for at least a year, then an I-bond could be for you. My personal plan is to put a portion of my emergency fund into an I-bond. I like to keep at least 3 to 6 months emergency fund, so if I'm closer to that 6-month mark, I can place some of that extra cash in an I-bond. And since high yield savings accounts are paying just 0.6%, and that's where I keep my emergency fund, I will easily come out ahead by purchasing some I-bonds. My extra emergency fund will be very safe, and I will also be keeping up with inflation. If after a year, I-bonds are no longer paying a good rate, it will be very easy to remove the funds. What is your opinion? Do you think buying an I-bond is a good idea right now? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate everyone who watched this video. If you had a good time, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.